me llamo señorita Bolden y hoy vamos a aprender las frases claves para misioneros cuando entren un país hispanohablante, las cosas que deben saber y deben decir. So let's take a look at some of these. Most of the stuff is kind of like your basic elementary Spanish, but I also added some more Christian themed phrases so that when you're out there being a missionary, that you can incorporate your basic greeting with some that we often use either at church or with other brothers and sisters of Christ. So, hola, we all should know that. Hi. Hola. Hola. Días. Good morning. Buenos días. Buenos días. Buenas tardes. Good afternoon. Buenas tardes. Notice the difference in buenos y buenas. Okay? Nouns in Spanish will either be masculine or feminine. So the adjectives that describe them will either be masculine or feminine as well. So buenos días, días is masculine. Okay, it also takes on the number or the plurality, if there is any plurality, of the noun. So here we're saying good mornings. Okay, literally. So that's why we have buenos with the S here. Okay, because we're talking about more than one day. Okay. Tardes. Good afternoon. Okay. Buenas. Tarde is feminine, and the S because they're both plural at this time. Okay. Buenas noches. Okay. Same thing. Noche is feminine. Noches means it's plural. So we also make the adjective buenas plural. Buenas noches. Good night. Buenas noches. Good night. Or good evening. Que Dios te bendiga. Que Dios te bendiga. May God bless you. Notice I have te and le there. As you may know, Spanish in the person can either be formal or informal. So informal, if you're talking to someone either younger than you, someone that you have a good rapport with, that you're familiar with, you would use te. Okay? So it's informal in informal settings. Le is going to be our informal. So if I don't know the person very well, or if I have a high regard or esteem for them, I'm going to use le. Okay? Que Dios le bendiga. May God bless you formally. Okay? Que Dios le bendiga. Que la paz de Dios sea contigo. The peace of God be with you. Que la paz de Dios sea contigo. Que la paz de Dios sea. Christ loves you. Cristo te ama. Cristo te ama. That is if we're, again, informally. Te ama. Te ama. Christ loves you. Informal. If this is a man and we're using it formally, so when we don't know that well or we have a lot of regard for, okay, respect. Cristo lo ama. Cristo lo ama. Because it is I, we're going to use lo. Okay? The masculine. If it's a woman or a female, Cristo la ama. Cristo la ama. So it's literally saying here, Christ, who he loves. Okay. The direct object goes before the verb in Spanish. Okay. So Cristo te ama. Cristo lo ama for a man. Cristo la ama for a woman. On this side, we have a couple key phrases, but most of these are just nouns, different words that I feel are important for missionaries to know. El Evangelio. El Evangelio. The gospel. Evangelio. Kind of sounds like evangelist, okay? Evangelist should be out there disseminating what? The gospel. Evangelio. Cristo es salvación. Cristo es salvación. Christ is salvation. The love of Christ. El amor, the love de Cristo, of Christ. Te amo. This is something that we should be telling people all the time. God is love, so one of the greatest commandments, to love God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and to love each other as yourself. Love one another as you love yourself. Love others. Okay. Te amo. Te amo. Okay. Notice that I didn't use the formal here. Okay. If you're telling someone you love them, it's going to be a more informal relationship. Okay. Now you could tell a stranger on the street that you love them, and use the formal, but you tell someone you love them, it's you may have high regard for them, but it's a different level. You know, we have a different level of comfort with each other. Okay, so te amo, te amo. Esperanza, la esperanza, the hope. Okay, Christ is our hope. Okay, we hope in Him. La esperanza. Okay, which comes from the verb esperar. El diablo, the devil. El diablo. Kind of sounds like diabolical a little bit. You see a little bit of that root in there. Diabolical. Something is diabolical. It's really bad. And who is really, really bad? So diablo. El diablo. La Biblia. The Bible. La Biblia. La luz. The light. La luz. The light. Okay. God is our light. Okay. And we should be the light of the world. Okay. Shining on the world so that people may receive salvation. La luz. La felicidad. Happiness. La felicidad. Happiness. La alegría. Joy. Notice I'm using el and then la when I'm talking about different nouns. Again, they're either going to be masculine or feminine. If you see el or los, masculine. El is masculine singular. Los is masculine plural, more than one. Okay. La, feminine singular. Las, feminine plural. La felicidad. La alegría. El amor propio. Self-esteem. El amor propio. Okay. So literally it says self-love. Okay. Love your own love. Okay. How you love yourself. I included this term because a lot of times when you're out there doing mission work with people, they usually are, like I said, struggling on hard times. They may be poor from just straight object poverty, and they lack el amor propio, falta el amor propio porque han experimentado muchas cosas malas en su vida. So, he once was mission people self-esteem, a reason to love themselves because God loves them. Okay, so if God loves something, it's worth everything you can imagine. Okay, it's worth more than anything you can imagine. Okay, if God loves it, then we all should love it, and it should have worth, and we should treat it as if it has worth. So God loves us, so we should give everyone worth and try to build up people's self-worth and self-love. Okay? Amor propio. All right, so here's a list of things that you should say when you come in. Que Dios te bendiga. Buenos días. Hola. Okay? ¿Cómo estás? Okay? How are you? See this person on the street, you may not know them. ¿Cómo está usted? Okay? You should always come in asking those questions. ¿Cómo está? Okay? God bless you. Que Dios te bendiga. Que la paz de Dios sea contigo. The peace of Christ be with you. Okay? Those should be things that you lead in with as you meet and greet people as missionary. All right. The next part, we're going to go over conjugating and using some verbs that you will use in high frequency as a missionary.